up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for PNTV. There's Poetry's News and Twisted Views. I don't have any direct headlines. I just have things that I've heard about through Scuttlebutt to talk about. For the past week, I did not want to discuss politics. It was getting on my doggone nerves. And when those Iowa primaries happened, it pissed me off to the highest of festivity to know that Donald Trump had won that primary. Okay, I'm back now. I'm in better spirits. I'm in better mood. I think I came out of my dark place. So we're going to talk about it today. Normally, I do not tell you who to vote for. Normally, I just sit here and give y'all information. I will give y'all my opinion, and I will tell y'all who I voted for. But I don't normally say, you should vote for this person, you should vote for that person. I'm telling you right now, y'all need to vote for Joe Biden. If you care anything about the state of this country, as far as it being under a dictatorship or a democratic state, you need to vote for Joe Biden. If you care about the rights of other human beings that live within this country, be it black people, white people, gay people, religious people, whatever. If you give a fuck about somebody else other than your damn self, vote for Joe Biden. If you give a fuck about the law that we have already set in this country, we do know laws can change. If they are found to be inhumane to people, laws can be changed, like slavery and shit like that, right? If we find the laws to be inhumane, they can be changed. But when there are laws that are set forth that are equal to every person, even though they don't be dolled out equally, the sentences sometimes, but the laws themselves are applicable to every person, then those laws should be followed. If you believe that shit, vote for Joe Biden. If you believe in better health care, vote for Joe Biden. If you believe in job creations, vote for Joe Biden. If you believe in a better, well-informed, truthful educational system, vote for Joe Biden. On the war, let me get to this real quick. Because I know a lot of y'all were worried about the war and what he's doing for Palestine and what he's doing for Israel, or, you know, things of that nature. I understand all that. I understand your great gripes. I understand you not supporting him on this particular issue. But when you look at overall, if that is the only thing that you value in life is what happens in war, then I understand. But if you value other things in life besides what happens in war, then Joe Biden is clearly your choice. There have been measures put on the floor by Joe Biden or by the Democrats that include assisting Gaza and Palestine in their efforts, while at the same time still remaining an ally. But their allyship is being challenged by Joe Biden and the Democrats. If you actually watch what happens on the House floor, the congressional floor, you will understand the type of measures that are being put forth. He's not sitting back saying that Israel is right. He's saying that we have an allyship with them through the union that we have made. However, you're going too fucking far. He has said that, but people ain't hearing that part of it. But anywho, I've talked to several men in my surroundings, black, Latino, white, and from the black and Latino races, I'm gonna speak to them specifically. That's who I deal with mostly. I have heard this particular statement being made. They are not voting for Joe Biden because he said that he was going to give our tax dollars to Israel. Like I said, if you looked at the actual measures, he's donating, he's allocating funds to go to Gaza as well. However, but it's not necessarily that it's going to Israel. It's just that he's using the tax dollars for war. I don't know if y'all dumbasses didn't know this before. Your tax dollars has always gone to war. And anybody else who's not the men I'm speaking to, who had this thought process in their head, he's giving our tax dollars over to war, a war that we don't support. Tax dollars in America have always gone to war. From the beginning of time. Before these motherfuckers came over to America and stole the country, they have always used the patrons and citizens' tax dollars for war. Tax dollars have always been used to support the government and whatever fucking measures they have. So if you saying specifically that you're not voting for him simply because he's giving tax dollars to war, or a war that you don't agree with, your statement and your thought process is very immature and naive, because money from tax dollars have always gone to war. Let me ask you specifically, because if you listen to me, when you get paid every week, has your income changed? Has the funds that have been donated to whatever war, whether it be the Gaza Strip war, the Ukraine war, the Afghan war, the war against your neighbor, whatever the war may be, you have noticed any change in your income based off of the taxes that have been withdrawn or taken out? Since this war has begun, your income, your paycheck has been less. If you sit here and tell me yes, you're a motherfucking lie. You're a goddamn lie. My income ain't changed. These are funds that we've already paid into the government, and the government has always used funds to support government shit, things that they have to do. Whether it be education, whether it be Medicare, whether it be war, whether it be food programs. That's where your tax dollars have always gone. Some of y'all thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to affect my earned income credit next year. My earned income credit check going to be lower. I worked at the IRS 10 years. Do you know where your earned income credit checks come from? It's from people who didn't file tax returns and get their money back. When we file taxes, we put down, or when we get a job, we put down our withholdings. Whether or not we want to take out one person as a withholding exemption, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of y'all put down 6 because y'all don't want the government to take out your taxes. Then be mad in the motherfucker that you owe money at the end of the goddamn year because you ain't doing your goddamn withholding rights. But that's another discussion. But that's what they do. They take out taxes and they withhold it and they allocate it to certain funds. A lot of people, like myself, know the system. I don't create or withhold my taxes out of my income in order to create a surplus to get back at tax refund time, because it doesn't make sense. First of all, you're going to give them or allow them to take more of your money, because that's what a lot of people do. They put down 0 so they can get the highest refund back, and that's stupid too. They put down 0 to get the highest refund back, but that's all you're doing is letting the IRS hold your money, earn interest off of it, and use those funds for what they need to use it for, to give you credits and shit like that, okay? So you can get a higher refund at the year instead of actually getting that money throughout the year, making sure you don't owe shit or get a refund. You balancing yourself out, okay? You make sure you do that. And you can put that money into some type of interest-bearing account where you earn your money yourself instead of the government. But okay, that's neither here nor there, like I was saying. A lot of times when people don't file their tax returns because they think that they're going to owe the government, they don't want child support to take their money, so they don't file their tax returns. That was the most popular reason why I noticed when I was working at the IRS, I worked in collections, I worked in exams, that most people didn't file the tax returns because they trying to avoid student loan taking their money. They trying to avoid child support taking their money. They trying to avoid their divorced spouse getting part of their refund, so they don't file the tax returns. Well, their money sits there. They give you so long to file a tax return in order to get that money. They give you 3 years past the date that tax return was due. Once you don't file it, they keep that money and they dole that money back out in the form of credits and deductions. Credits, not deductions, but credits. I'm saying this to say this. Your tax dollars have always been used by the government in some form or fashion. So if that's your reason for not voting for Biden, you're being very stupid. I'ma fucking say it. I hate to talk about people in a negative way. Yes, that's a lie. I do talk about people in a negative way all the fucking time. You're being stupid though. You don't have a good understanding, and most of the time they don't care to understand. You can explain that shit 10 ways to Sunday, and they will argue you tooth and nail that you wrong. But that is the only reason that most of the people I know that's black and Latino men are saying why they gonna vote for Trump instead of Biden. Or if they're not saying the tax dollars, their other reasoning being because Trump not scared to go to war. Well, you just said that you mad that Biden in this war, or that he been the ally to the people in the war. You just said that. But you want Trump to he'll take off heads. He'll take off your motherfucking head. Haven't you been listening to what he's saying? He's gonna put people in deportation chair, and he's gonna deport a good percentage of the country. What did he say, about 70%? 10 million people of the immigrants that we already have in the country, the ones who have already made it in. Immigrants are not illegal aliens. This is illegal immigrants. Immigrants are the people who have came here and naturalized properly. That's what they label immigrants. They call the people who didn't come here and naturalize properly undocumented, or they call them illegal immigrants or illegal aliens. But immigrants who have been here in this country and naturalized properly, they're gonna deport them. They're gonna put people in concentration camps. Shit like that. He's bragging about the fact he's already stealing women's rights to have control of her own body. And some of you nitwitted ass broads up here agreeing with that shit. Because why? I don't even understand y'all reason. I don't understand y'all reason at all. I don't understand women who support this dumb motherfucker. I don't understand gay people who support him. I don't understand black people who support him. I don't understand Latin people. You know what? Most of the Latino people that I know of, or that I see around me, I ain't gonna say that I know of, that I see around me, they think that they are Caucasian and that they deserve the entitled privileges that the Caucasian people have. But when government looks at you, you just another nigga. You just a lighter color, and that's all you are to them. Truth be told. This vote is so imperative. This vote is so imperative to our way of life in America. They are not just trying to set things back. They're not trying to set back to make America great again. They trying to set us back to USSR days. They trying to set us back to when how Hitler was reigning. That's the days that they try to set us back to. That ain't got shit to do with how America was being ran. He's trying to take the ideologies and the philosophies of dictators to run America. And he's dumb as a motherfucker, but smart enough to know that he got followers that are even more dumb. He has this cult following that will support anything that he does. People said that they don't give a fuck if he's in handcuffs. They gonna still vote for him. The way that y'all dog out people that's in the prison system, and y'all believe that they don't have any rights to do this, that, or the third. They don't deserve to be back on the streets, this, that, and the third. You saying that you gonna support this motherfucker even if he's in handcuffs? How dense and dumb does that make you sound? That clearly tells me that you ain't using your brain, and if you are using your brain, you saying to yourself, I don't give a fuck. I just want to see what happens. I have no decency about myself. There's not a humane bone in my body. That's what that says to me about you. We was talking about the Iowa primaries, because I was pissed off. I told you I was pissed off last time I did the video on PNTV. I was really pissed off about the results. And then I got a better understanding of what happened in the primaries. There were several articles put out about the numbers. Okay. And looking at percentages of the population who came out to vote, the number of people who actually showed up to vote, and what that really means for the state of Iowa. So I'm finna round off some numbers here. They're gonna be rounded up, they're gonna be paraphrased and shit like that, okay? So, based off of information that I've learned, Republican voters, of all the voters that came out in Iowa, the entire state of Iowa, where there's over 3 million people, not 3,000, not 300,000, 3 million people in the state of Iowa. 5% of those 3 million people let me make sure I get it right. That's why I paused before I tell you what that 5% meant. 5% of those people are Republican voters. I had to get that right. Okay. 5% of that 3 million people are Republican voters. Of those 5%, so 3 million, 5%, 150,000 people. Is that right? My math may be wrong on it. I got my calculator. 5% of 3 million. I forgot what that fucking number could be. Anywho, of that, 5% of the 3 million people are Republican voters. Okay. Of that 5%, whatever that fucking number is, only 13% of those people actually showed up to vote in the primaries. Now, we know we had some bad weather that may have delayed a lot of people from coming out. In addition to, a lot of people don't vote in primaries. A lot of people only vote in the presidential elections. Half the people don't even vote for their little town. The governor, the House of Representatives, the judges. Half people don't vote for them at all. They only come out during the actual presidential election. But in this particular case in Iowa, we had 13% of that 5% of Republicans actually show up to vote, right? Okay. So, of that, Trump won 56,000 votes. Only a little bit over 100,000 people actually voted in the Iowa primaries. 100,000 people out of the entire state, which only 5% of them are Republican voters. Registered Republican voters. So there may be some more people come out later on and register, you know what they sound like that. 56,000 people actually voted for Trump, which is still an alarming fucking number to me. Okay, but what all you hear in the news is that he won 99 counties. He won 98 of 99 counties. He won 99% of the vote. He did not. That's correction. He did. But look at it in this way. We got 99 counties. In 50 of those 99 counties, we maybe had one person actually show up. So in 50 of those 99 counties, he won 100% of that vote. They're calling that the sweep. That's what they're calling the historical moment. That he was able to win one person's vote, and that one person is the only one who showed up in that whole fucking county. Like I say, I'm using paraphrasing phrases as far as the numbers. That's probably not an actual number, but that's how he was able to win 98 out of the 99 counties, because most people didn't show the fuck up. He had 5 people showed up. If he had 5 people show up and 2 people voted for Trump, then he won that county, because other people's votes were spread out over the other 3. One person voted for Haley, one person voted for DeSantis, one person voted for something else. But 2 people voted for Trump, so that means Trump won that county out of 5 people. That's the math. That's the math they're not sharing with us. So the way that the news is spinning it, oh, he had a historical sweep, he swept Iowa, he fucking did not. He won 51% of the total number of people, which is still a lot. He won 51% of the total number of people who actually showed up to vote, which I say again is not a true reflection of the voters in Iowa, because everybody don't show up for the primaries. But they keep pumping this information into your head to make you think that he did so much better than what he did. It got me for a second, because I told you I was pissed the fuck off, because it got me for a second until I actually sat down and listened to some numbers, and then I talked to a few Republicans who was telling me I was wrong, that the 98 out of 99 counties meant more than the actual number of people who actually voted. The actual percentage of people who actually voted, it doesn't. Again, if I had 99 counties come out and vote, and one person showed up in each county, and one person voted for that one person, of course that's a sweep as far as the counties are concerned. But when you look at only one person showed up out of the 3 million people in the whole state, that number becomes more insignificant. It becomes more true to life of what really happened and what really went down in that state. Same thing with New Hampshire. They're going around bragging about, oh my goodness, he had a knockout fight in Nebraska. He won, not Nebraska, New Hampshire. He did the damn thing, another historical win. He just outshined everybody. He was only running against Haley at this particular point, but there was other people still on the ballot. Other people's names who had not been removed from the ballot at this time that other people voted for. As well as they saying that he did in New Hampshire, he also did substantially less than he did the last time he ran. He had more people vote for him in New Hampshire the last time he ran than he did this time. Which tells me there's less people either showing up or people have changed their votes. I believe the state of New Hampshire is one of those states who don't let you switch votes, because like some states, you have to declare a party, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. And if you declare that you're an Independent or a Democrat, you cannot come out in the primaries, in the Republican primaries, and vote, right? In some states, they just let you vote, just the same way that you do in the presidential election. Regardless if you blue or regardless if you red or regardless if you green, you can vote whatever you want to do in some states in the primaries, or and definitely in the presidential. Okay. I don't know why y'all going as slow as you going, but sis. Yeah, okay. So, I forgot what I was talking about. So, in saying that, everybody is talking about what great win. He tore down New Hampshire. He really brought it home. The New Hampshire Republicans, they came out and showed out. They really didn't either. They came out in less force than they did the last time he ran. And who is waking up? I know that it's a lot. It's a lot of y'all still got, grabbed by the balls or being grabbed by the pussy. A lot of y'all still are. But more white women are waking up because of that reproductive rights thing. More white women are waking up. More white women are deciding not to vote with their husbands just because. There's a lot of them, that's what they did. They voted with their husband. They're going to stand by their husband. They're going to stand with white people regardless. Okay? But, so, as I was going to say though, Nikki Haley only got I think Trump got 66% of the actual votes that came out in New Hampshire. Haley only got 12%. We know that Ron DeSantis decided to drop out. He dropped out and decided to endorse Donald Trump. You can see Donald Trump now on stage campaigning with Ron DeSantis, Tim Scott, and Vivek Ramaswamy's lips attached to his ass, because that's how they doing, is trying to vie for the position of VP. I honestly think that if Trump does become the primary, selecting any one of them motherfuckers as a VP is going to be his downfall. So the remaining percentage of those votes went to other people. And New Hampshire also held the Democratic primaries at the same time. sweepingly so, Joe Biden. And y'all saying, well, Joe Biden the only one who ran. Nope, not at all. Joe Biden wasn't even on the damn ballot. Marianne Williamson was on the ballot, some other people on the ballot. Joe Biden was not on the ballot at all, and he still won by 65% as a write-in. People wrote him in. He got down there the same equivalent percentage. Trump got 66% of his Republican votes. Biden got 65% of the Democratic votes, and he was not even on the ballot. The way that the Democratic DNC, the way that they did things, they decided that South Carolina was going to be the first state to hold a Democratic primary. So New Hampshire did not have Joe Biden listed on the primaries at all. Joe Biden was one of the people who agreed for the change of venue as far as who was going to go first. So he didn't even campaign in New Hampshire, and he wasn't on the ballot, and he still won. But again, when you look at the actual number of people who showed up to vote and the percentages, you can still see overall for the whole entire state, it's still not what they call it a sweep, or what you would think a sweep would be. A blowout. That nobody was near him, nobody could touch him. Of course, if you only got 5% of people voting, it's easy to look like it's a sweep when 95% of the people didn't even show up. If I got 100, I mean, this 100 is a round number, 100%. I got 100 people, only 5 showed up, and I got those 5. You really think that's a sweep? It ain't. You won that 5%. But overall, it does not reflect what that state could do when it comes to the actual election. We still dealing with the fucking, whether or not dumb Donald ass should be put on the ballot. I keep hearing motherfuckers saying, well, he ain't been convicted of the 91 felonies and this, that, and the third. So until he convicted, then we gonna ride with him. But again, these are the same people that said even if he in cuffs, that they would still vote for him. And we know all the other people that's running for presidents on the Republican side already said that they was gonna pardon him if they can. You know what I'm saying? Why would you pardon somebody that ain't guilty? We already know that we still hold up. You know, Maine and Colorado had decided to remove him from the ballot. It was going up to the state courts to decide whether or not he was going to be on those ballots or not. Colorado upheld it. Maine state court decided not to decide on it at all, because we know that it has already moved forward to the U.S. Supreme Court. And the U.S. Supreme Court has yet to make a decision on whether or not he could be on the ballot. Some people saying it's unconstitutional to take away a person who people want to vote for. Well, the state of New Hampshire just showed you that if you want to write his ass in, that you can write him in. That's what just happened with Joe Biden. That's why he just won the primary in New Hampshire for a race he wasn't even on the ballot for. Now, what they're going to be determined, though, is if he's constitutionally eligible to be president again, which I just can't see. I just can't see how they would consider that constitutional. He still to this day is providing support verbally and comfort verbally to insurrectionists, calling them hostages of the United States. And the motherfuckers ain't hostages. They ain't prisoners of war. They criminals. We have over 1,300 people who have pleaded guilty for what happened on January 6th. 700 of them are actually incarcerated. 700 plus are actually incarcerated. They know that they were guilty. But aside of that, he's already been proven to have committed rape and sexual assault, fraud, those three charges alone is enough for me not to say he's suitable to be a damn president. He's suitable not to lead anything. Motherfucker couldn't even tell me a direction. That's what I'm saying. And Nikki Haley, weak whack ass. I told y'all that this, like, out of all the people who was on stage when she was in her debates, she seemed to be the one who could stand up, hold her ground. Although Christie had more valid points, but Christie already burnt his fucking bridges. That's what it was. Christie burnt his bridges with Republicans, and that's a hard bridge to repair. He still has not endorsed anybody. If he come back and endorse Trump, I'm going to know something wrong. This lady on the ass of my car is really working my motherfucking nerves, child. She really is. She done rolled up on my bumper, I don't know, several times. But she owes, so I'm trying to give her a pass. I really am trying to give her a pass. I am. Let me see what my heart rate's saying. That's not my heart rate. I just want to make sure for you. It's at 100 right now. I'm trying not to pay attention to this chick, but I'm saying old bitty. And she's an old bitty. Well, she look old anyway. She can look like she can't even see her fucking steering wheel. What was I talking about? Nikki Haley, a weak whack ass. That's what I was talking about. Her weak whack ass. I'm not even gonna talk about the slavery comments. We already know that she faking and showboating and shit like that. We already know she went on an interview and somebody asked her, how does she feel about the fact that dumb Donald ass has been convicted of sexual assault and deemed to have been a rapist by a judge already? How does she feel about that situation as far as him being an opponent? And this lying motherfucker had the nerve to go up there and say that she don't know shit about the case. I don't know. If he's found guilty, then of course, you know, he's already been found guilty. The judge has already decided, mama. E. Jean Carroll has him in court again for the third fucking time on more defamation because the motherfucker's still popping off the guns. He pop off on Twitter. He pop off on social, what is his social site? I forgot what it's called. Social Justice? I forgot what it's called. It's the social site. He pop off on the news. It's everywhere. Bitch, don't tell me that you don't fucking know nothing about this case. You a fucking lie. You a despicable ass person. You shouldn't even be calling yourself a fucking woman, you bitch. Calm down. I'm about to go into work. I'm about to go into work, so calm down. Go in here and deal with these old dumbass men. Gotta hear this shit every fucking day. Every fucking day. I'm in here arguing about how dumb your motherfucker sound. If you normally, like I said, normally I wouldn't tell people to vote for. If you wanted to vote independent, vote independent. If you want to vote green, vote green. But when I'm technically independent. But normally, but typically, when you're looking at those candidates, the ones that we have out there today are not saying anything that makes sense as far as the progression and well-being of our people in this day and age. Okay, I heard the black people in the background. Joe Biden ain't never did nothing for black people. The Democrats ain't never did nothing for black people. What have the Republicans done? Y'all ain't finna sit here talking about the stimulus check because the first stimulus check came out when Obama was in office. You ain't finna talk about lowering the unemployment rate because Joe Biden did that. You ain't gonna talk about reducing, student loan debt because Joe Biden did that. You ain't gonna talk about health care being available and accessible to you at low cost of none because Obama did that. Tell me again. are you talking about the COVID checks? Is that what you're talking about? Did you read who put that bill together? Did you read who authorized that? Who put together and thought of the amounts and when the disbursement should be made? It wasn't the Republicans who wanted it done. Because Trump was in office at the time, you saying that he did it? Bitch, please. I mean that with the utmost disrespect. Bitch, please. What the fuck has he done for black people? Oh my God, he got Weezy out of jail. He pardoned Weezy. Did he pardon Kodak Black too? Get the fuck out of here. I'm at work. Talk to y'all in another video.